Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do some channel messages for you, specifically relating to anyone who feels like everything is different around them. Like maybe you're in the same situation physically, in the same home, in the same city, but doing your daily tasks, it feels completely different. So if you relate to that, then this is going to be for you. Let's see what comes out. You've been feeling this excitement bubbling up, and it's like you know something good is coming that you're going to be able to celebrate. And it's not necessarily one specific thing, but it's like the energy of celebrating. You're getting used to that. It's almost like a celebration season for you, almost like how like the holiday season, except if you're watching this around when I post, it's summer, but it doesn't matter when. It's just this is a season for you where you're already expecting to be celebrating. You don't know exactly what it's going to be, but you know that is what you're going to feel. And so knowing that is getting you excited already, and you're riding that wave of momentum of feeling joyful, feeling excited. You're noticing things to be grateful for without having to try. You're not consciously saying, okay, what can I be grateful for right now? Maybe you're doing a little bit of that, but I feel like the majority of your gratitude at this point, it's just automatic because you've already done that. You've already practiced yourself into that point of view, but it's more, it doesn't feel forced anymore. It feels like you're actually able to feel that, and you don't have to try and feel it. It just comes to you naturally at this point. So as everything is changing and feeling different, you know that this is a reflection of the inner changes you've made. But the reason why it physically feels different now is because those internal changes, those ripples that you sent out, are now coming back to you in physical form. That's what you're feeling. You could have been feeling weird physical symptoms that don't seem related to like something physical, like it's not a sickness or an illness. It's like things that are maybe hard to explain, or maybe just feeling off, feeling different, but not in a negative way. You could have been feeling dizzy, like the floor, like the ground was moving underneath you even when it was solid. You could feel weird going up or down stairs, or like this sense of height, the sense of gravity is off for some reason. All of this, all of the physical things you're noticing are reflections of that physical change and confirmation that it has reached the 3D or the physical layer. So obviously you know you've done the internal work, and it was only a matter of time before the physical caught up to you. And these are the feelings of that happening. It's like the tremors you feel before an earthquake, but you're already feeling it. So this is also saying you've already moved on and moved beyond the place that you reside, the place that you're in, but I'm hearing specifically the place you reside. So for some of you, this is your home. For some of you, it's your city. For some, it's your family, your relationship. For some, it's your own body, your own self. Like your body's about to go through a huge transformation. Maybe your body's always been one way your whole life, and all of a sudden it's about to change completely, or your lifestyle. But whatever it is for you that's changing in the physical, it's going to be different for everyone. But it's, even if you don't know exactly what it is, you kind of just have an idea. You're more so focused on the fact that you know it's happening, and that it's happening now. It's not something you're going to have to continue waiting for. And so you're focused on that. You're focusing your energy on that and what you do know. And you're not overthinking what you don't know, because if you're watching this message, you've already got to a point where you've been trying to search for more answers and more clarity till you realize sometimes more or less is more. And sometimes finding out more information actually slows things down when there's a type of like ignorance is bliss type of energy where sometimes it's better to know less. And if you have to keep digging and keep searching for the answer, and it's not just showing up for you, that's often a sign that you're not meant to know that. And you can try and like dig for that answer, and you'll get something, but not going to be assisting you to get what you want sooner. So channeling that curiosity of needing to know more into accepting that what you know is enough for now. And the second that you need to know more, you will. And it's not something you're going to have to go search for. It's something that's just going to be right there for you. You're not letting your emotions fool you or confuse you about what your intuition is telling you. You've detached from your emotions enough to know that they are not indicators of your future. They're more remnants of the past. And while that past is still clearing out of your system, your energy is still geared towards that. And so as your emotions are still geared towards that past energy. So as that's clearing out and changing for you, they're going to switch and become anchored into the future and anchored into hope and not needing to know. But that goes with the message of not needing to know all the answers right now, because there's a part where it's overwhelming, it's a burden to know that much, and you're not meant to be burdened with information. That's at the point when it's too much. It's like trying to load too many apps or too many systems on a computer at once, and it's overloading. Like, it's not meant to do all of that at that time. So although knowledge is good, an overload of it is not helpful for you. And I feel like you've learned that, you know that, and that's why you're not actively trying to seek so much. You're like, if it comes to me, if I feel a random surge of curiosity, I'll follow it. But you're not in this desperate, like, addicted to finding another answer or watching another video or getting another sign, because you know that that just doesn't serve you. Let's see what else. You're also letting go of the need for others to understand you or to agree or to approve with what you're doing. You know that your role is not to get people to understand. You're like that person who you go and you wear something new and everyone is like criticizing it, thinking it's so weird, but a month later it's the biggest trend and everyone's doing it, everyone's wearing it. But when you did it, it was still too new, it hadn't been accepted, it was still weird, it was strange. But your job was never meant to make people comfortable. If they're gonna come to that on their own, they will. It's like you're a trendsetter, you're ahead of the time, you're ahead of the game. So you know that people are not gonna understand you at first all the time. But with time, the seeds you plant will flourish and people will get it. But you know that it's not your job to make them get it. It's your job to plant the seed. And the way you do that is by being yourself authentically and not worrying, how will this be received? Will people understand? Will they get it? It doesn't matter. That's not your role. Your job is simply to be and to follow that inspiration. And like, you are art in its purest form, and to try and explain art takes away from the part where each person interpreting it has their own unique experience. So it's like you're the artist, you're just meant to make the art and let people interpret it as they will, not try and over explain and like break down the symbolism and everything. And that's the approach you're having in your life. You're like, I'm going to do my life, I'm going to follow what I feel, I'm going to do what I feel I should do, and everyone can either, like, how they respond is up to them, but you know your role now and you know what your role is not. And that's taking away a lot of burdens that you had put on yourself previously, trying to feel like you have to be everyone's teacher. You're not the teacher in a sense that you're going out there trying to get them to understand and listen. You're the teacher in that your existence and what you show and who you are teaches people by triggering them. So let's see, one more to close this up. Keeps wanting to come out but doesn't come out. Hold it. All right. So you are, for a while you felt the momentum picking up, but it was very slow, and you knew that at first it started that way. Just like a train, how when it starts, it's not going like 0 to 60 in like 1 second. It has to slowly start, and then it builds up that momentum. Or maybe that's just the old-fashioned ones. I haven't been on a train in a while, but it's that energy of like understanding that it starts slow, but that momentum will build. This is the part where it's getting faster now. Kind of like if you were helping a kid ride a bike and at first you're like walking with them and like maybe walking faster and faster, and now they're speeding up so much you're having to run, you're like, oh, I think I'm ready to let go, like, because the speed is catching up to you. So at this time you're watching this, the speed is catching up, the momentum is catching up, things are not going to feel like breadcrumbs anymore. Those breadcrumbs are turning into bagels and like big loaves and full dinners. So this is just confirmation that that is happening, that you've already made it through that waiting period of things being really slow to start, but you understood that when something is slow to start like that, it's lasting. So certain things that come really quickly, they leave really quickly, and what you were building, you wanted it to last. So you were okay with the process of that starting out slowly, but this is confirmation that that slow energy is behind you now and things are picking up. And you're ready for it to pick up. You can handle it now. Before you would have been burnt out, exhausted, overwhelmed, but you can handle it now and you're feeling more motivated to take action. Maybe even though you're tired, you're finding the energy to do things that you didn't have before. So this is just confirming for you that things are speeding up and you're doing a great job handling that momentum. All you have to do is continue on as you are. And you are about to realize that you're much more in charge or on top of your situation than you previously felt. Like it's gonna happen all at once and you're gonna realize, oh, I am in control. I do have this under my control. I've totally got this. And it's like you've been building to that point of confidence, but it's finally gonna click for you, like within the next 2 weeks. So that's all I'm getting for this message. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, the air turns off when I'm done. I hope you heard this well and it wasn't messed up from the air. But like I said, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.